In this video, we're going to discuss getting your own branded mobile app for your restaurant. You may be thinking, would people even want to download my mobile app? I initially thought the same thing at first. I thought it was a very bad idea for independent restaurants to have their own app, and that people probably wouldn't want to download it if it was just a neighborhood restaurant with maybe one location. But then I saw the numbers behind a restaurant that had their own app, and holy moly, the restaurant was Ottavio's in Lakeside, California. It's just got one location. It's owned by my friend Antoinette Belvedere. Just 3 months ago, she was feeling frustrated because even though she had a great website to order from and she could take online orders there, she would look at the experiences of the major restaurant brands like Starbucks and Sweetgreen, and she saw just how much easier it was for their customers to order online from them when the experience itself was based around an app, which made it so much more convenient than ordering from a website. She saw this and she felt like she was being left behind by so many of the top performing restaurants having their own apps and how that would create such an easier guest experience. So after a few weeks of begging us to build her the Ottavio's app, her dreams came to life and we launched our first app that we'd built. And the results she saw were bananas. In just 45 days of having her own app, over 200 regulars downloaded it and now use it as the easiest way to order from her business. She's already, in just a few weeks, gotten dozens of 5-star reviews praising her app, talking about how amazing it is, how easy it is to order from her now, and how much they appreciate it. Then here's where things get crazy, the sales impact. In less than 2 months of having her own app, she is up over $7,000 per month in additional sales, month over month and year over year, thanks to having her own app. This increases the frequency that regulars order at by more than double. But it also increases the repeat order rate of first-time guests that are ordering from the app by over 50%. These improvements increase the value of each customer by more than 200%, doubling the value of how much a customer is worth to her, just by making ordering that much easier. It also serves an important set of benefits for independent restaurants, which we're going to cover later. Benefits that include savings in labor costs, savings in third-party fees, and a few other non-obvious, interesting benefits when it comes to expanding to multiple locations. In this video, we're going to talk about why and how to get a mobile app for your restaurant. Before we dive in, you might be wondering, what does this high school looking kid know about restaurant marketing and restaurant mobile apps? Because I look super young and I am young, and I've had a very weird life, but I'm a biased source on this topic. I'll be very transparent about that because the company I'm building, Owner.com, powers the online presences, including the branded mobile apps of thousands of restaurants, which does make me biased, but also gives me a ton of data to be able to speak about this topic. And in doing this for over 5 years now, and working with thousands of restaurants, I've learned a lot about what works and about what doesn't work for restaurant marketing. I've also gotten to see the real numbers behind real restaurants before and after using mobile apps, way more than just Ottavio's now, which I'll share with you in this video so that you can see the return on investment that independent restaurants across multiple types and across the country have seen from their own branded app. So let's dive in. Question number 1, should restaurants get an app? Research shows that over 85% of consumers prefer ordering from apps versus websites or calling in orders. If we look at all of the most performant restaurant brands, the top 50 restaurants in terms of efficiency or revenue across the United States, from Texas Roadhouse to Chick-fil-A to Sweetgreen, 50 out of 50 of those restaurants have their own branded app. Apps aren't for the one-time customers. They're not for the tourists or the visitors of your town or the people just trying your restaurant for the first time even. They're for the people who order from you a lot and who want an easier, more rewarding way to do it. If you think about the experience from the guest's point of view, when guests order from your website, rather than an app, step one of the website experience would be to actually find the website, which is a hassle in and of itself because it typically requires typing the restaurant into Google, then clicking the visit website button, being brought to the website, is navigating to the online ordering system, which requires finding the order now button, which is typically not in the same place across restaurant websites, then clicking the order now button on that website, and then, now we've got to sign in. Huge hassle because nobody remembers that username and password. If they don't have an account, they create a new account. It's a whole process. Then building their cart up and typing their payment details in and order details in terms of delivery address, payment method, zip code, and so forth. The process, it takes over 5 minutes and it's a hassle. But here's where it gets awesome. With your own app, it can take less than 30 seconds for those regulars. It seamlessly integrates with Google Pay and Apple Pay, so they don't even have to type in details if they're doing it for the first time. And it's not just young people like me who love the app, although I certainly do and my generation does, but interestingly, it's also old people. I heard from Antoinette, that restaurant Ottavio's that we covered at the beginning of this video, that a huge portion of her customers are actually in a retirement community down the street in Lakeside. And she's told me that a lot of them, these old people, order from the app now and they tell her how much easier it is. They tell her how much they love it, which is, of course, saving the labor cost of having somebody answer the phone when those old people would otherwise have to call in their orders. There's one exception to this, by the way. If you don't have regulars, like maybe your restaurant is in an airport or an amusement park or an area with only tourists, then probably should not have your own app. But if you do have a lot of regulars, it makes a ton of sense. And by the way, for those regulars, there's another major benefit. Not only are they saving time with a restaurant app and hassle with the convenience, but they can also save money. Here's how. First, if you're listed on third-party apps like GrubHub and Uber Eats, according to the New York Times, the guest is paying 21% more for the typical delivery order, between price increases and the crazy fees that they take from the guest. But when guests order from your app, you can remind them of how much they're saving by ordering directly from you each time. Our company, Owner.com's branded apps, do this automatically. So as you're moving through the app ordering experience on your mobile device, it's constantly reminding you as the guest or your guests how much they're saving by ordering directly, what's in it for them. Then there's a second way that they save money, and this one is super interesting. Rewards programs are key. Because if you can integrate your rewards program into your app, you can give people free items for ordering directly from your app each time. And the app can serve as the home to see their rewards, see what they can earn up to, and get excited about repeatedly ordering from you. There's a reason that of those 50 restaurant brands we talked about, there's also 50 out of 50 that have their own loyalty program integrated into their app. Okay, so we've now covered the benefits from the consumer's perspective, from the guest's point of view. But what are the benefits for the restaurant itself? The Sweetgreen story is a perfect example of how game-changing a branded mobile app can be. The CEO of Sweetgreen, Jonathan, was very early to the mobile app party. He joined that party in 2013 when they released their app 10 years ago. But for the first few years of having their own app, over 80% of their customers were coming from DoorDash, Uber Eats, and staying on those third-party aggregators, which of course was problematic because they were having to pay huge fees, losing all their customer data, and you know the drill, it's horrible. And only 20% were ordering through their app, even though they spent millions custom developing their app. But that is when Jonathan realized what they needed to do to make it make sense from the guest's perspective to order from the Sweetgreen app rather than DoorDash or Uber Eats. So he built their rewards program into the app and integrated it, and reminds customers of how much they're saving, cheaper prices, better value, in every to-go bag that goes to third-party apps. So he's putting those flyers in and telling customers how much they can save, and then reminds those customers through the app experience, here's how much you're saving. Now fast forward a few years, and in 2023, as I'm recording this video, over 75% of their entire business is coming in online. But better than it just coming in online, over 50% is coming through their branded mobile app. So they've now converted the majority of people to order directly from them. If you look at their income statement, that saves them $200,000 per location, which means that restaurants that are independent can expect to see similar benefits if they apply a similar strategy. So their branded mobile app strategy is how they get those key business benefits. To summarize those benefits, first, savings in third-party fees, labor costs, a lot more people order from you directly through your app online and do it more frequently, which means less people that need to answer the phone and more people ordering from you online rather than on third-party apps. The guest is willing to do it, by the way. You don't just try and guilt trip them and tell them, support local business, order from our website and inconvenience yourself. No. You tell them they'll save money, they'll get free food via the loyalty system, they'll get a better experience, and they're supporting local business at the same time. Most important business benefit is you get full control over the guest experience and you get all of their customer data. Because, like we saw with Sweetgreen, when you're in control of your app and your experience and you get the customer data, then you can make it look and feel like your restaurant versus just looking generic, like happens on third-party apps where they like kind of put your logo in there, but it's not your colors, it's not your story, it's not your brand, and you kind of just get commoditized. And people don't understand what's different or better about your restaurant if you just go through third-party apps, that is. But if you have your own app that tells your story, that uses your colors, that speaks your brand identity, then they get a sense of your story and who you are and are able to better connect with your restaurant. That customer data that we talked about, you can actually use it, like Sweetgreen, to keep customers engaged with automatic marketing. You might be wondering, what specifically does Sweetgreen do with that customer data? What they do is genius. They promote specials and events with push notification marketing in one click. So guests that download the app then get like email marketing on steroids with push notifications. Here's why I described push notifications as email marketing on steroids. Because 60% of people who download apps then opt into that app's push notification marketing. And of those people opted in, 3% click through and respond to restaurant offers on average, every time restaurants send a blast. So if you get 1,000 app installs, say, like quite a few of our restaurants have, then 600 people then will opt into push notifications from your restaurant. So you can blast messages to them, 600 for every 1,000. And then of those 600, 20 from those 600 that then respond to each offer that you send out on average. By the way, it doesn't even have to be just push notification marketing. With your own app, you can opt people into email marketing and text message marketing so that you can reach your customers across multiple channels, making sure that you stay top of mind, that you continually educate them on your story, on the reasons your brand is better, and deepen those customer relationships. It's starting to become clear why an app is so powerful, right? By the way, guys, if you've found this video helpful so far, click subscribe down below to make sure you never miss my restaurant marketing videos. Every month, I post a few of these breakdowns of restaurant marketing ideas or restaurant technologies to share with you what's working today to grow your restaurant, to get new customers, to expand to multiple locations. Based on my experience now in working with thousands of restaurants, I take those experiences over the past almost 6 years now and thousands of customer conversations and bring the best of them to you on this channel. It's completely free. Click subscribe down below to make sure you never miss these videos because they can really make a difference for restaurants. Another benefit is if your restaurant is expanding to multiple locations and you have a base of people with your app installed, you can notify them as you expand locations near them. You can enable location services to see where those customers are actually located to determine where to actually put the next location and getting them to visit future locations. We have another brand that we built an app for called Talkin' Tacos, which just had 1 location when they started with us. Now they have 5, so they've been expanding super quickly, and they use the app push notifications to tell people about their new Boca Raton location, or to tell them as they're passing the Coral Springs location, hey, check out the Coral Springs location. We've got a location near you now, about their grand openings or about specials that they have or events to promote those new locations. So when you enable location services and you have push notifications and you have an install base of thousands of customers that have your app, you can see why it becomes so much easier to expand to multiple locations, to scale up, to have more data on your customers, more understanding of who they are and where they are. This brings us to part 2 of the video, how to actually get your app, how to make a branded mobile app for your restaurant. What the big brands do, like Sweetgreen, is they spend millions of dollars to develop their own app. But obviously, custom development is not a great solution for restaurants because it requires hiring software engineers and paying millions of dollars. And so while Chipotle and Sweetgreen have the budget to do that, it doesn't exactly make sense for independent. That is where my company, Owner.com, comes in. Our price, it's just $500 a month, but our customers get way more than that in value. In fact, it's not just something we say, it's something we guarantee. We're so confident that you'll love your app built through Owner that we offer a full 90-day money-back guarantee, where if you're not satisfied for any reason, no questions asked, you get a full refund. In my opinion, the most important parts to have in your restaurant app are, number one, the easy ordering experience. That's key. But then number two is making sure that the consumer is incentivized to order from your app rather than through DoorDash or Uber Eats or other channels. And points-based loyalty systems really help with this. Only Owner offers this. If we look at the top 50 restaurant brands and their apps, like the Starbucks app or Texas Roadhouse app or Chipotle app, or any of the 47 others, they all have loyalty points built in. It's a key part of an app. 3, not just loyalty points built in, but also automatic marketing to market the app to the consumers and get guests to actually download it. Only Owner has full marketing capabilities built in, including push notification marketing, email marketing, and text message marketing, so that every touch point that guests have with the restaurant is another opportunity to get them to download that app and deepen the customer relationship. Drive reviews for you built in, so automatically asking guests for feedback and then posting that positive feedback online to drive word of mouth and help with discovery, and search engine optimization built in, so that when people are searching for your food type in your area, your restaurant comes up at the top and has every opportunity to acquire those people that are searching for what it is you offer, where you offer it. Not only helping you generate positive reviews, but also helping you get more people visiting your website automatically. In terms of timeline, we can get you up and running with your own app, ordering, point of sale integration in just 7 days, along with a system that is proven to increase sales and to save money in third-party fees. That's because we work with so many restaurants and have spent tens of millions of dollars, literally, on technology to build the ultimate restaurant owner experience in terms of managing your online presence, the easiest possible experience, the most effective possible experience for driving additional sales. So, if you're interested in learning more about getting your own app, like Antoinette from Ottavio's did, or Mo from Talkin' Tacos did, visit owner.com/app to get more details and book a free demo, where we'll answer all of your questions, give you more details, and we can mutually evaluate whether it's a fit. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Click that subscribe button down below to get free updates. The only videos I post on this channel are restaurant growth and restaurant marketing related, giving you the latest on what's working today in terms of acquiring new customers for restaurants, increasing the value of existing customers, and ultimately growing top-line sales and expanding a restaurant brand based on the massive amounts of data that I see with all of our thousands of restaurant users. If you're new here, I'd recommend clicking to the right of me to watch the video I just posted on SEO for restaurants. SEO is search engine optimization, or the art of making sure that your restaurant shows up at the top of Google. Anyway, take care and hope to see you around this channel more. Bye.